just looking at some of the more recent aviation headlines that have emerged, we've seen reports say that Nigerian airlines posted losses that brought the deficit of the four biggest airlines to over 1.5 billion naira during the April election period. Arik operates, of course, the largest fleet within the Nigerian space. How has this come to bear on your bottom line specifically?
Yes, thank you very much, Alicia. The Arik Air has been operating in the past 4.5 years in Nigeria, and we have done very well within the period. We have become the Nigeria's largest carrier, covering almost all domestic routes in Nigeria and some regional routes as well as international routes. There has been a lot of developments in the Nigerian aviation sector, and these developments have impacted much on the airlines. The regulatory authorities have also stepped up to the regulatory activities. There have been a lot of improvements in that regard, leading to Nigeria becoming a Category 1 country.
Of course, as I've said, that you did incur somewhat of a hurdle with the most recent elections just having gone past. How did that come to bear on the business more recently?
Yes, the impact of the elections has been both good and bad, because there have been a lot of movement of people, especially from the state capitals to the federal capital territory, Abuja, as well as between states, because people had to also move from their places of residence to their home countries where they were registered to vote. So because of that, that was a positive impact. But at the same time, there were so many days of when there were no movement at all because of the elections. Mm-hmm. So that's also accounted for loss of business for the airlines.
Of course, we've had
impacted negatively on us.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we've had some analysts say that it's going to take as long as 6 months to recoup some of those losses, because this recovery is needing to happen at a time when the industry faces many challenges, and we've got that rising oil price chief amongst them. To what extent have you been able to employ mitigating strategies against that rising oil price?
Well, the business is picking up now. What we're trying to do now is to make sure that we get the best out of this season. As we also operate on the international route, so we are hoping that as we approach the summer, that we are going to recoup some of the losses that we have seen in April. So that's about the mitigating measure that we have in place. Well, otherwise, we're not in a position to actually compel passengers to travel, but we hope that the business is going to pick up very soon.
Do you have a hedging strategy in play when it comes to that oil price specifically?
Yes, you talked about the certificates from the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. We have been recertified as under the new civil aviation regulations of the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, which was also linked to the Federal Aviation Authority of the United States. That followed Nigeria's Cat 1 status. So right now, Arik Air is recertified under the new regulations, and secondly, we have gone a step further to acquire the Part 129, which enables us as a Nigerian carrier to fly on our own from Nigeria to any point in the United States.
Well, it seems
so
like
we have a lot of improvements in that regard.
Arik Air is on the road, to seeing some positive growth moving forward. Certainly, you've made progress in that regard. That's been significant over the last few years that you have been in operation. We know, though, that the sector received an intervention fund from the central bank last year, and some aviation loans have been bought by AMCON. How has this impacted on industry dynamic?
Yes, last year the federal government with the Central Bank of Nigeria embarked on providing intervention fund for the airlines as well as other aviation companies. We have been told that there has been approval by the central bank, as well as the Bank of Industries, which the central bank intends to disperse this intervention fund through. However, we have not, the disbursement of these loans has not taken place yet. What we have received communication from some banks that this has been finally approved. So we expect that disbursement will happen very soon. Similar to that, the Assets Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, was also set up by the government in collaboration with the central bank to also take care of some loans which the banks feel that they're not comfortable with, and they want to sell back these loans to AMCON.
Well,
that has happened.
Yeah, we'll certainly be monitoring the kind of impact this has on the aviation sector moving forward.